From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Rain is likely to continue during the overnight hours. Temperatures not moving a whole lot from where they are right now. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder, but no severe storms expected. But rain is likely, generally staying in the 40s for many of us, although a few folks could hang out into the lower 50s, but most all of us warming into the 50s, if not near 60 for the morning hours of Saturday before big time changes come starting in the afternoon and evening. Here's Futurecast tonight showing rounds of locally heavy downpours, maybe a stray rumble of thunder. No severe storms expected, and if there is any thunder, it would be very isolated. Lingering showers into the morning and midday. Futurecast has the Arctic front coming in about midday to the afternoon. Ahead of that, between the mid-50s to the lower 60s. This could be a few hours too fast, however. The past few cold fronts, we've seen that trend with the models being up to 6 hours too fast. Just be aware by the afternoon or evening, colder air will be moving in, dropping us into the 30s by the evening and eventually the 20s overnight. Maybe a stray flurry or two Saturday night into Sunday morning. No big deal from that. The big deal next week, early next week, starting as early Sunday, but especially Monday and Tuesday, will be the Arctic air in place. Talk about daytime highs Monday, Tuesday into the 20s, overnight lows, lower single digits. Winter precipitation likely to stay off to our south Tuesday and a Tuesday night, but we'll watch to see if there might be a northward trend. But for now, that's less likely. Still cold into Wednesday, but we start to moderate things toward the second half of next week, but we have to get there first. Highs Monday and Tuesday, low to mid 20s, morning lows into the lower teens, single digit wind chills. Some of the wind chills during the overnight may flirt with being near the 0 mark, so be aware of that. You're going to have to dress in layers if you have to be outside. Make sure to check on your friends and family, especially the elderly. Make sure they have what they need. Pets need to be inside. Livestock needs shelter, adequate food, and water that is fresh and not frozen over. Drip the faucets next week. Wrap the pipes if they're exposed to outdoors. And also practice fire safety measures with any space heaters to make sure that they are not around flammable material. Make sure they have a few feet of clear space around them and that they are directly plugged in to a wall outlet and not in an extension cord. Also, vehicle prep, check your coolant levels, battery life, tire pressure, that type of thing. Make sure you have maybe an extra coat in your car, an extra blanket in case, say you were to hypothetically have car problems and you need to be on the side of the road for a little bit waiting on a tow truck because something completely unrelated. You want to be able to be warm in your vehicle during this cold air next week. Now, we are still watching that potential for a winter storm across parts of the deep south next week, mainly Tuesday into Tuesday night. However, models are really coming into agreement today that the best chance for snow and ice accumulation will be off to the south of the Tennessee Valley in these brighter blue shaded areas, generally near and south of I-20, the southern half of Alabama, southern half of Mississippi, north central Louisiana, in the south central Georgia, in the parts of South Carolina, even all the way down to near the Gulf Coast. The darker blue regions north of that up into parts of our area, it's not nearly as likely here. It's more likely it misses us to the south. However, there are sometimes northward trends with these systems in the final 72 hours before they happen. We will have to watch for that to see if there might be a northward trend. We're not seeing that yet, but we can't rule that out. That's why in these dark blue areas up to North Alabama, to the Tennessee state line, we're saying pay attention just in case, but the more likely scenario is that it misses you off to the south and you remain cold and dry. We will adjust the forecast as necessary. Rain likely tonight, tapering off to showers as we head into Saturday morning. By the morning and midday, we're into the upper 50s and a few folks in North Alabama, once again into the lower 60s, but it's a rapid drop during the second half of tomorrow as the Arctic air moves in. Maybe a flurry or two tomorrow night into Sunday morning. No big deal from that. Cold for the first half of next week, and then we do moderate things a bit as we head toward the end of next week. There's Luke's latest 7-day forecast. Chase Wilson is in the Weather Center through the weekend with all your latest local weather.